1212, we're back live from the platform, episode 14.
Yeah, we're getting there, man.
Jeez, bro.
20 is the next goal.
This is crazy how we've been doing this long, man. But you know what? It's feeling a little bit smoother now.
I know.
A little bit easier as we go along.
Things are moving now, so it's good, man. So how was Vegas, man?
It was tough, man. Man, we ended up playing pretty much just Samoans and Australians. It's crazy because we had 7 games. Shout out Toronto Saints. Shout out the Toronto Saints because no one expected us to do what we did. Mm-hmm. We had 9 guys essentially, pretty much, plus our couple coaches that were kind of doing double duty with coaching and playing. Yeah. And man, we pulled off the bowl. So we won. We didn't win the cup, but we won the bowl. Which means, we didn't play super high in the first in our grouping, but then after they basically redid the rankings, we basically did a crossover game. We lost the first one against an Australian team, and then on day 2, and then we ended up pumping and going all the way.
Yes, sir. Winning the bowl. Go,
it was tough, man.
Congrats, my guy.
It was a lot on the boys. You know what? Shout out the squad because full minutes were put in. Most teams had anywhere from 15 to almost 20 guys, and they were just kind of rotating through, and I think you got X amount of subs, but we didn't know any of that because we showed up with 9 guys essentially.
Oh, so you guys had less guys?
We had less guys, bro. We played the whole thing just straight up. Every man had to hold it down and play their 18 minutes a game.
So not a lot of rest,
right?
Pretty much.
No rest, bro. We had no subs.
Crazy work.
Yeah, it was a lot.
At least you got, won the bowl.
It was a lot. It was
good highlight. Anything funny happened? Any other stories? I know you put a ticket in, an actual ticket in.
So you know what? I gotta shout out my boy TJ. You're a good youth still. However, I had some insight come in, and I was like, all right. They said Denver money line. I was like, all right, that's what it is. I'm gonna hammer Denver money line. However,
you got swayed.
I got swayed, bro. I was leaving this.
Gotta go with your guts, man.
I was leaving this one bar on the Wednesday before the tournament started. Yeah. And on my way down to go into the MGM to go place a ticket, I see my buddy coming up the stairs, and he's like, I was like, yo, I told him, I was like, I'm about to go put Denver money line 200 US on it, and he was just like, are you sure? And I was like, oh, why'd you do that?
He made you second.
He made me second. Boston's a good team. I know they're on the road, but they should cover the 4.5. Denver is a little beaten up. I don't even think Jamal Murray played. So here I am thinking, maybe I should go with what he said.
It makes sense.
Yeah, right. Switched it up. I went with Boston plus 4.5, and then Denver absolutely slapped these guys.
Bad beat,
right? Bro. It was a bad beat. I was actually, and he was watching the game with me, so the whole time I'm sitting there just looking at him like, just cheese, right?
Oh, man.
It is what it is, man. You win some, you lose some. It wasn't bad intel. At the end of the day, he was saying
what he was saying makes sense. That moment,
but, just unfortunate. But no, the rugby tournament itself was good. Definitely bruised up and beaten up from it. There was a lot of carries playing in the middle of the field, hitting, constantly having to hit these big polys and these foreign Australian guys.
Pretty much run the sport.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough. But
it's a good time though, at least.
Yeah. It was a good warm up going into the preseason that's back here now in Ontario. Way better weather we were dealing with, obviously, playing in 30 degrees versus, our season that's going to start up at the end of March is...
Still a little chilly outside.
It's a lot of chilly outside. It's going to be muddy. There's sometimes there's still snow on the ground when you're training and stuff like that.
I thought you guys would be in the dome, indoors.
We might do some indoor training sessions, but for the most part, we're outside.
You're outside,
right? Because you got to get ready for what the game's going to be. We're not playing indoors. We're playing outdoors, right? So,
no, it makes sense.
And it costs, obviously, to get dome time and stuff like that, right? So they try to obviously utilize just the outdoors, which sucks, but we kind of play the sport. So
hey, that's a sport, man.
It comes with the territory.
Yep. Rain or shine, man.
Did you hear that new update with Montgomery?
Oh, NFL, yes, man. NFL talks.
How do you feel about that? Ugh.
To be honest with you, he's a starting back for another team. So I like the trade. I don't know who they got. I didn't really look at it. I don't know who. Was it a trade? It was a trade.
I thought I saw something about a 5th round pick.
Oh, okay. So it's a draft pick. Mm-hmm. So as long as they can maximize that draft pick, I think it could be a win-win. But you never know with these trades.
But here's the thing, okay? Mm-hmm. And do you I know you said he's a starting back, right? But is he? I'm not hating on Montgomery. Don't get me wrong. Montgomery was doing numbers over the season. Yeah. But is he a starting back? Is he the guy that you want running in all situations? Because I feel like the tandem of how they had it with Gibbs was he was your power back.
He doesn't like that, though. I don't know if you saw the interview. He was like, I'm not a power back. I can wiggle.
I guess he's gonna have to prove it now, right?
Yeah. So no, I feel like he's a starting back because like if you're putting up, numbers with Gibbs, right, as your RB1, and you're still putting up crazy numbers with rushing yards and touchdowns, like I feel like you belong as an RB1 for another team. But I do, it sucks for Detroit because, that 1-2 back combination does help them. You know what I mean?
But do you also think that, so here's my being devil's advocate here. Do you also think it could be the success of how their offensive line was, right? Because, they gave Goff a lot of time to throw the ball. And obviously they were moving teams on defense in order to find those and make those gaps, right?
Yeah.
Can he go to a team that the offensive line is not as great and still be able to find the wiggle room that he says he can make on these other squads, right? That's what's tough.
I mean, Houston, though, defense, I know they don't got to worry. So for sure they're going to have more. I would say they would have more possessions on offense. Just
because they're forcing 3 and outs?
Just because, man, their defense is elite. If I'm Houston, you got a good back now. You still got the other 2 backs there for the Texans. So there's still some competition.
Is it still Chuba? No.
Nick Chubb, Chuba is
Chubb.
Nick Chubb. Yeah. So you still got to compete for your spot, but I feel like that's what it is with the league now. I think where it's going, it's like you kind of have to have your 1-2 backs. You got to have your, your Kyron Williams and a Blake Corum, or for you to do well offensively, just to mix it up for the offense. I feel like you need 2 good backs now. Yeah. To do the work.
Unless you're Saquon Barkley. But
I feel like if they had another back there to kind of mix it up and make the defense second guess.
So what does Derrick Henry need? Does he need like another fast back, or is?
Well, he's got Lamar. I feel like it's an anomaly. Lamar
so I feel like what you're saying is if you're a team that has essentially a quarterback that can run like a back plus a solid running back, you're good.
Yeah, you're more dangerous.
Like Jalen Hurts essentially is the complementary the complement.
I feel like if you got a mobile like QB, you can live with an RB1 and then maybe an RB3 to come in and just kind of fill in the gaps or give Derrick Henry a break or back like Henry the break. But I feel like to be really versatile, like you got to have your Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker.
K-Dubs,
yeah, like I feel like that's where the league is going. Because injury-wise, too, like you kind of want to minimize injury, too. Like you don't want to give him a whole bunch of touch because you got to last in postseason, right? You got to last.
There's definitely some series that you don't need your RB1 running.
Exactly, that's my opinion. I feel like you need 2 good backs now just to minimize injury and to also go deeper in the playoffs.
So here's a question. If you were to look at best duo now, because I feel like for the longest time people were saying Gibbs and Montgomery were that Sonic and Tails, right?
Yeah.
So what team would you look at and be like, this is the team with the backs now? Like this combination is tight. It's tight.
Obviously Seattle. Once Charbonnet is healthy, Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, you got your back that can kind of like get you to the red zone, and then you got like a Charbonnet that will literally, it's like automatic. Like you put him anywhere near the red zone 3 out of 4 times, he'll get in there. LA's not bad too, the Rams.
Yeah,
Williams and Corum, they did pretty well.
It's a good combination.
Even the Panthers.
Yeah, Rico and thing. And look at that, Chuba and Rico.
I feel like...
Oh, Chicago, not bad.
That too, yeah. Kyle Monangai, man.
Yeah, Monangai and Swift.
So, to me, to be safe and you want to make a run in the playoffs, like you need a 1 and 2 running back. So
I can see that. So,
I miss NFL, man. I just want to talk about NFL,
He just had to get that out there. You and Kevin were shooting the spit just now about what was this going on? What were you guys talking about? This Atlanta.
You put Kevin on the spot. Hey.
Yeah, I'm putting Kevin on the spot. You guys just talking about Atlanta. Atlanta getting partnered in with a strip club or something like that. What's going on?
So Kevin's one of the trainers here in the gym. Apparently, his favorite team ever since high school was the Atlanta.
Apparently, Kev's favorite team from high school was the Atlanta Hawks.
Come here. Come show everybody who you are.
Kev's favorite team in the NBA in high school. I just want to give you guys some context, okay? Kev's borderline 30 years old, okay? I just want to let you know. Kev's borderline 30 years old. I'm not going to give your exact age or nothing like that. All I'm saying is, for borderline 30 years old, when he was in high school, his favorite team was Atlanta Hawks. So to give that a little bit of context,
come here, bro.
that would mean
Come show everybody who you are.
in like 2010-ish, right? 2010, 2012, his favorite team was the Atlanta Hawks, okay?
I don't even know what player.
I need you guys, because I'm not doing this right now, but I need you guys, if you're hearing this right now, to go Google the Atlanta Hawks roster from 2010 to 2014,
Yeah,
okay?
I wouldn't even know.
And go find the best player and tell me if that is going to be convincing enough if I don't live in the state of Atlanta to be like, yo, this is my team.
That's
okay.
Funny.
I'm just saying. I have no context based on your conversation.
I didn't do it, Kev. He brought it up.
I wasn't even in the conversation. I just heard it. I just heard y'all talking about Magic City or something like that, and then that came back to.
Oh, speaking of that,
and then that came back to the whole Kevin's favorite team was Atlanta.
We gotta get
in the mid-thousands.
We gotta get Trey and Kev here for the pod because they gotta explain what happened. But it was a funny moment between those two talking about Atlanta Hawks and why that's their favorite team.
But okay, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
We'll get them on the part for that. But what is this whole Magic City collaboration thing going on? What? Like,
I don't know.
You guys just brought this up.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. You're in Atlanta. That's one of the famous
so what are they
dance
doing?
club there.
So how does this affect the NBA? Like, what is the relation?
I think it's about they're bringing in Magic City Wings because everybody talks about. So Magic City is this dance club in Atlanta.
We'll say dance club.
Where they perform, vertical gymnastics.
May or may not have.
And so they have apparently Magic City. They got the best wings, like chicken wings. So
is that what they have the best of?
That was the integration, was bringing in that food.
See, I thought they would have been more of like a thigh or like breast.
Hey.
Breast or thigh, but wings, okay. Wings is what they got best, okay.
Listen, man, it's all about entertainment, right? So, and if the chicken wings are good, why not, right? So, I mean, I don't mind it. I know there's some talks where
shout out all my dudes that go to gentlemen's clubs for the wings, man. Shout out all my dudes that do that on the I guess Monday or whatever.
I mean, if you're in Atlanta, I guess it makes sense because everybody knows Magic City. Okay. I think that's all I know about it, and it's they have the best wings apparently. So
okay, so that they've decided to collab with the NBA. So what you're saying right now is the strip club, one of the most popular one of the most popular dance clubs in Atlanta, has now decided to partner in with family-friendly NBA to say, hey, we have the best chicken wings. Come on down. You guys should all come as a family down to eat chicken wings at this establishment.
For them to collab with Magic City, it must be a big deal in Atlanta. So, shouts to Magic City, man, for their
Toronto couldn't pull that off, but
their vertical and horizontal gymnastics, bro.
Okay. I shout out that, bro. Were you ever into gymnastics when you were young, bro?
Not really. I didn't even know, man.
I couldn't move, man. I was just a thick boy.
Yeah.
I couldn't do none of that. All right, let me ask you some.
That's funny.
Let me get into some personal questions.
Yeah.
This would be hilarious. Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? We'll kind of just date it back and kind of talk about since we're talking about being young for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been in the fitness game for a little bit. A few years, I'd say. You're weathered. You're seasoned. You're seasoned, right? So let me ask you this: what's a belief about health or fitness that you've completely reversed your stance on? Like, what's something that you've kind of were taught or shown that this is supposed to be how it is, and then now you're kind of like, nah, I don't believe that. I'm just going to do it differently.
That's a good question. One of it is probably I used to do like a comprehensive warm up. Like I would spend like 6 to 8 exercises just doing prehab stuff in warm ups. I think now less is more, and this can relate to training in general. Like, you don't have to spend hours in the gym. You can get things done, an hour or less. And I think for me, when I was younger, I would spend, pretty long time doing my warm-ups because I had to, I thought I had to like roll out. I had to, address every single joints in my body. Now I just kind of pick 3 main and effective warm-up drills.
Yeah.
And depending on what I'm doing that day, if it's a lower upper body day, that's basically the warm-up. I would focus, if it's a lower body, I'll focus more on like my knee, my ankle area. 3 drills, get it done in maybe like 5 to 8 minutes, and then, go right into my actual workout.
Okay.
How about you?
I think it's relatable to what you said about just like the time in the gym.
Yeah.
I find now that it's kind of like, I'm very kind of like, that whole like, I wasn't really like a big F45 guy. I still am not. when it comes to just like a set program like that. But I do think that you can be super efficient within a shorter time range, right? Like I used to be the guy that was in here for 2 hours, right? Or 90 minutes minimum, right? For like your basic bro style training versus obviously just getting a little bit more functional and supersetting almost everything and just kind of really relating that to what lifestyle's like, right? Knowing that, you know, especially as a rugby player, I'm playing 80 minutes. Right, my games are 80 minutes long, so if I can try to replicate that type of intensity or something close to it while still covering the body parts and doing things appropriately and now sufficiently training for 80 minutes, then I like that timeline. Now, is it always 80 minutes? No. I think one thing for me that I started looking at was trying to look at it like peak, right? Like trying to get to a peak, right? Not necessarily always overcooking to the point where you feel like you're always stressing, but treating it like, okay, I'm gonna build up to this game day, and this game day is gonna be where I empty everything. But I want to leave something a little bit in the tank when I'm at the gym, just feeling like I'm not always completely spending it, because I felt like that's what it used to be,
so
right?
Don't overcook the steak.
No, you know what I mean? Just kind of, you know, get it to the point where the next day I can do what I need to do and not feel like I'm completely obliterated from the previous workout.
For sure, and I think as we get older, like recovery time is a priority. So like for us, like, you know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong. There are certain days where you're pushing the intensity and the volume and you're probably gonna take more than an hour. Right? Certain days, right? Especially if you have nothing going on. But if you have, you know, a game in a couple days, or if you have an important practice that you got to be like really locked in on, it's like you kind of want to just do they call it the minimum effective dose in the gym, but like you do enough that it doesn't affect your performance in your sport or whatever you're doing, right? So yeah, no, for sure.
I came across, I was actually, shout out Z for this, because Z actually showed me this chart that it was basically about like diminishing gains essentially, right? Where if you were taking certain body group, like muscle groups per se, like your back, biceps, whatever, legs, so on. It's like there's literally like a range that's optimal, and a range that you're gonna start to diminish your gains, right? So I think that's important to know, because especially if you're, for instance, now. And not to, you know, call out genders or anything like this, but you see it a lot with women, where it's like, okay, it's leg day. I come in the gym and I do legs. But then you don't realize that over the course of your week, you've done so much that you're not actually seeing a positive gain.
There's not enough recovery time. To let it grow or whatever.
Right? You want to do legs on Monday, but then you want to come back in and say, oh, you know what? Well, I did anterior legs on Monday. Let me do posterior now. You don't realize you're still utilizing those anterior muscles, right? And then you don't get that recovery, and now you're not getting those gains. Like, are you going to see some results? Absolutely, right? And that might be what encourages you to keep doing that system. But to be as optimal as you could be from training, you know, your lower body, you need that recovery. So you need to, and that was a thing where trying to understand that a little bit, you know, as a trainer even, and just as an athlete growing up, is kind of thinking, okay, well, maybe I need a little bit more rest. Because I've done, you know, Canada camps and stuff like that, where you're going 4 or 5 days straight into a game, right? And it's kind of like you're supposed to just get your recovery as you go, but that's not how it's supposed to be on a regular basis. That might be just something to peak towards from a game, but
that's a competition.
That style of lifestyle shouldn't be something that's
it's not sustainable. You're saying.
No, and it's not something you should be kind of using in your months and weeks leading up to a competition like that.
No, for sure. Like obviously competition peaking is different because everything is just like high intensity, everything is high, you know, high intensity, high volume, and then but you can't really sustain that throughout the year. You got to have your, you know, your phases where, you know, you're just focusing on, you know, moderate volume, maybe building back up to that pyramid, but no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right,
That's a good question, man.
I got another question for you though. Let's go off the top of training for a moment. So here's another one. What's your most realistic weekday dinner versus your Instagram worthy dinner? So I mean, what is the thing you feel like you're gonna eat normally, repetitively, versus that one meal that you're gonna put on Instagram that like people are gonna think you do it all the time? Because like obviously people can go out. We're not gonna talk cheat meals or anything like that right now. But imagine it's like, you know, you're gonna have that meal that you might make that's like, oh, I'm putting this on IG, but like you know that you're only making that once a week. You're only making that once a week versus like what your norm is that you're gonna eat.
It's a good one. I think
I got fire today, boy.
Man, I think my go-to is probably the easiest one is like a burrito bowl, like a taco bowl where you just like ground beef.
Oh, you got options like that.
No, but I'm saying like
he's using ingredients.
No, but I'm saying like easy to make, like just ground beef, taco seasoning.
Yeah.
And then with me, I like pico de gallo. Like the cilantro, the onions, the tomatoes, the lime. Mm-hmm. I just put a whole bunch of meat on top of that, and that's kind of like that's easy to make. I can just eat that every day. Like Instagram-worthy meals that would probably take time would be like if I'm up for like a chicken souvlaki like dinner.
Oh, you making that at home?
Well, because you could just buy the sauce for the chicken. You know what I mean? Like that's probably like my Instagram worthy
chef homeboy over here.
If I'm gonna spend time, like I think it'd be like a chicken souvlaki dinner type thing. I don't know. What's yours?
So I mean, for me, the go-to easiest to make, doing it all the time is like my go-to easiest to make, do it all the time is ground beef and rice.
Yeah, anything with ground beef is like so easy to make.
Ground beef and rice.
Taco seasoning, maybe one egg.
Nah, I ain't using no taco seasoning, bro. I'm using my seasonings.
Or whatever seasoning.
My onion powders, my garlic powders, my paprika.
I just like
salt,
taco seasoning.
Like the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
And then like I usually do that with like some garlic, soy sauce, and honey.
Okay,
right? And then like top it off with a little bit of sesames at the end.
And then you eat that with
make it
like,
Asian.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple with rice.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
So that's like the cookie cutter, easy bulk meal. To do and just keep that consistent. Right. I'd say that if I was going Instagram worthy, it's not really Instagram worthy because I'm not like the make it super pretty person. Mm-hmm. I'd say it's one of two options. I'd probably put it on noodles and then kind of obviously add the vegetables to it and kind of just make it look a little bit more like Asian bowl. Like, you know what I mean? Like one of those, like a Kung Pao bowl almost. Right? So I make it more like a Kung Pao bowl essentially. Mm-hmm. But I'm still using the same stuff. Like I'm not trying to, I can eat shrimp. I eat shrimp. Yeah. But I feel like ground beef is just, I buy it in bulk. I keep it ready to go.
I feel like, for like picture-worthy cuisine, I feel like you got to put the shrimp. You got to put the
you got to use those meat. Yeah. Like,
the sesame seed, you know what I mean?
Shout out all my people that are putting ground beef on Instagram because you know what? That's not the norm. Because people it's always shrimp or it's like chicken done a certain way or like a salmon or, something like that.
Shouts to Kevin.
But like, to be honest, my IG worthy stuff to me is basics, bro. Once again, shout out my mom for this because she was the one who put me on is doing the cornflake chicken. Right? It's like what? You take the chicken breast and you cut it up into strips.
Oh,
and then you literally just dip it in, or you season it.
I'm getting hungry, bro.
You season it first, then you dip it in honey.
Yeah.
And then you roll it in crushed cornflakes, and then you bake it. So honestly, this is like one of my go-tos because I'm one of those people where I think I count the calories and the macronutrients based on the ingredients. So essentially, there's no fat in it.
Yeah.
Right? It's just carbs and protein, but obviously it's sugar from the honey and carbs from the cornflake from the batter, but there's no fat in it because you're not oil. Yeah. You're not putting oil on it. You're not deep frying it. You're not doing anything like that.
Okay.
You're literally just seasoning it. Chicken breast, which is obviously all protein.
Is it in the pan or like air fry?
No, I'm putting it in the oven.
Oven. Oh,
yeah. You could do it in the air fryer too.
Yeah.
But I find that it's better in the oven because the honey doesn't burn so fast.
Oh,
like
okay.
In the air fryer, like
it's smaller. That's why. Yeah.
So you got to think about like honey being in the air fryer on chicken, which the chicken obviously needs to take time to cook. Mm-hmm. So doing it in the oven, it's been solid, bro. That's literally my go-to, and I would say Instagram worthy only because when you stack them up on the side, and then you make
I'm getting hungry, man. Yeah.
Nice. Like that's the reason why I like that one specifically is because I actually don't need a sauce. Like, maybe a little bit of ketchup and hot sauce.
That's probably the best part.
Yeah.
Like a meal where you don't even need a sauce. And
but don't get me wrong. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll do the whole Greek yogurt and honey mix. Right, with a little bit of siracha.
Make it a little bit.
Because you take Greek yogurt, a little bit of honey, a little bit of sriracha, so you get a little bit of a kick, but a sweet kick, right? And now you have like kind of, it's like a buffalo, it's like a ranch sauce without like the ranch flavor, but like that style of consistency.
That sounds good, bro.
It's fire, bro. Like it's such an easy one to make too. Mm-hmm. The only thing is like you can quickly overeat them.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'll make a whole batch and then like eat like just your serving size, and after that you look back on the stove. You're like, do I want to put that in a container, or do I want to put that back on my plate?
That's my weak part, bro. I like if it's there.
Yeah.
I tend I won't stop till it's done. Like it's one of those, man.
Yeah,
That's a good question, bro.
And I'm saying,
hungry, man.
Some fire, bro. Some fire.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more. All right.
That's to Winnie.
I'm gonna give you one more real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So what was kind of? It's almost like pretty much on the same line here. What was your eating like growing up, and how did that shape how you coach nutrition now?
Shoot, man, eating growing up, I ate everything, man.
You're Filipino though, so were you like an OG, like real Filipino eater?
Yeah, I would have the typical Filipino food.
Yeah.
But no, I ate everything growing up. I didn't really care as much. Yeah, I ate that, bro. I'm not a picky eater.
I'm gonna get this guy to eat that on camera.
Anything.
I'm not doing that. That's crazy.
Like I was raised well, so I'm not picky at all. I ate everything growing up, even if it's trash, because it's one of those things like with me, like my household, like you can't disrespect like your elders. So whatever is put in front of you, if you don't like it, you still gotta eat it, type thing. So I ate everything. I mean, obviously now it's different. Like you kind of like I still like the Filipino food, but I only have it when I go to like my mom's.
So is your partner Filipino?
She's half.
Okay, so because I know obviously as a father, I'm just wondering, are you repeating similar meals and stuff like that for your kids now that your parents were?
You have to, man. You got to buy in bulk, repeat the same meals, and it's usually like a chicken, sweet potato or chicken rice combo with some sort of veggie. Whatever's available, whatever's vegetable we have in the fridge, usually that's how it is. So yeah. How about you, man? Like, what's
for me, man? So I don't know if y'all know, but like I grew up as well. I'm sure you do. It's not hard to figure out, but I grew up as a heavy fat boy, right?
You know what?
Like a fat boy when I was young. Like for those of y'all that know, I entered grade 9 like 5'5", 230. But like prior to
actually
this,
bigger grade 5 and 6. Like I was like fat.
Nah, bro, I'm talking 5'5", 230.
Grade 9, you're saying?
Grade 9, 5'5", 230. So like growing up, like prior to that, I was just like, I live with my grandparents for the most part, right? So I just kind of ate whatever they provided, which, you're your grandparents' house. If you know, they're normally spoiling you, right?
They spoil you, man.
So in that...
Wait, anything? You got anything?
Listen, I was spoiled, bro. So those that know me from like grade school, like my OGs that know me know that like I used to get waken up when I was young with like my grandpa would always bring me hot chocolate. Yeah. Right? Like down, he'd always bring me hot chocolate coming downstairs. Then like I used to do...
Those are the days.
No. You guys want to hear something crazy? This used to be my breakfast pretty much every day. And I'm not even talking weekends. I'm talking... This was my breakfast every day. Okay?
What is it?
I had hot chocolate. Carnations, obviously, like the bootleg,
like
sweet one, right? Unnecessary. My grandparents used to cut up kielbasa, like the kielbasa meat. Yeah. They used to cut it into like 4 like thin strips, right? 4 like rounds. They would toast 2 waffles, put the kielbasa on top, right, to make like a sandwich, and then put syrup all over it. Yeah. And then I'd have like these little mini sandwiches that were like in between 2 waffles. It's amazing. Yeah. Right? However, when you do that every day with carnation chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
I used to put, when I was younger, I used to put like condensed milk in a lot of like
but that's a Filipino like
it's like staple, it's a staple, right? Condensed milk, and it's the sweetest milk, bro. Like I mean, it's good, but man, looking back at it now, you're like, holy smokes, man.
I'm telling you. So I think how it's really shaped is, do I like waffles? I love waffles, right? But I know I know that what I was eating then, clearly, even though I was active and still playing sports, I was going the other way, right? So that was kind of a thing where I knew that it was like, okay, just because you exercise doesn't mean eat whatever you want, right? So I know now that it's like, okay, well, let me prioritize my protein, because when I was eating those waffles and kielbasas and stuff like that, I can still do that now, but I can make it a better way. Right? Because think about it. You take 2 Eggo waffles, you take 4 pieces of kielbasa, you take maple syrup, you're probably somewhere around like 700 calories, close to. And it wasn't even maple syrup. We're talking Aunt Jemima. We all know that's not actual syrup, right? We just know it's sugar, right? We're like 700 calories. You know what you could do now? You could find protein waffles, right? You could do zero calorie sugar or 0 calorie syrup, right? And you could obviously just get like more lean meat. Pause. Right? To put on your sandwich, right? To make the same, if you wanted to recreate the same things.
For sure, Now there's better alternatives. Protein is the thing now. Everything has protein now.
But I find personally that it's like if you start your day with like high protein, it just sets you up for the rest, right? At least that way you're not chasing protein throughout the day. You start that way, you start strong. It might leave a little bit more of the guilt-free pleasure for later, right?
You're definitely like, if I prioritize protein, like I don't eat as much throughout the day, so Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just want to start with those three questions.
That's a good question, man.
Let's start with those three questions. But let me go into some of the NBA picks. I'm gonna keep it real simple.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is what's happening. I'm just gonna go straight through these money lines real quick. So I'm gonna go into tomorrow's and just do tomorrow's picks real quick.
Okay.
Just for the money lines, and then we'll say goodbye, and then I'll do the NBA and the NCAA for tonight's.
No, just do today and tomorrow all in one, because you could just cut it, no?
Well, that's what I mean. I was just gonna try to do it so that way I don't have to cut it and drag it back over.
You wanna let's stop the video and then start it, just so we have a what do you call it? Because we're all fixed now. No?
The only thing is this tripod moves. So the only thing is if you stop it and start it, we might off frame a little bit.
Okay.
So I let it run. That's cool. The ones for tomorrow are super easy, anyways.
Yeah.
And then that'll go into an outro. And then we'll just go right into the other picks.
Today's picks?
And then I can snip that easier.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is what I'm looking at for NBA, right? OKC versus the Knicks. Even though OKC is on the road, your boy Shea's back. I like that. I like that as a dub, so I'm giving OKC the win. Charlotte's in Boston. Hard to bet against Boston at home, especially against Charlotte. Even though Charlotte's been pretty hot, I still think the Celtics at home are strong. So I'm taking the money line there. Utah and Philly. You already know we got to go with the 76ers. Portland and Memphis, don't really like that game. Memphis has been surprisingly pretty decent on the road and at home, even though their stars aren't playing. So leaving that one alone. Atlanta, shout out Kev for this one, versus the Bucks. I like Atlanta, man. I like Atlanta. Even though they're on the road, I like Atlanta. I'll double check the injury report, but if everyone's good, because Jalen Johnson is a lot better than Joe. Who's his favorite player again? Josh.
I don't even know, man.
Who cares?
Josh Smith.
Josh
back
Smith.
then.
Right. So, in light of Kev, I'm going with Atlanta Hawks over Milwaukee Bucks, and then Indiana's at the Clippers.
Hey, I feel bad for that.
You got to take the Clippers money line.
Twice today, bro.
So
man.
I'm gonna do a 5-leg money line. I'll look at the spread numbers when they come out.
So say it real quick for the viewers.
Yeah. This is gonna be the 5-leg money line right here. OKC over the Knicks, Boston over the Hornets, Philly over the Jazz, Atlanta over the Bucks, and the Clippers over the Pacers.
I like that.
I might mix it up to maybe make a couple 2-leg parlays. Just look at the spread lines, see what they're at.
Yeah.
But they haven't been released yet, so I just wanted to kind of note that.
Put it out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Good, man.
All right. Do outro. And then
and then call it quits. Okay.
So I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna say the episode number. I'm just gonna say.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
And just like that, another episode in the books, right?
We'll
appreciate y'all for locking in. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.